just checking on, seeing all this stuff works. Ricky, do you have your tuner?
So, they kill the music over there. Thanks for coming. This is the biggest crowd I've ever seen in this store. This is great. Thank you. Flamin' Lips CDs are on sale at the counter. Flamin' Lips are playing tonight and tomorrow night at Mo with Archers Alope and Meeting Film Stars. So go to that if you're old enough. And come back in 2 weeks, University District Street Fair. We're going to have a DJ set up, Kamikaze and Riz, DJ Riz, a whole bunch of good shit's going to be going on. Thank you for coming. Flamin' Lips.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for getting up early on Saturday and coming to the record store. We don't ever really know what we're going to play at record store sort of thing, so we try to play stuff that if you come to see us tonight that we wouldn't normally do there. So if this seems a little crappy, bear with us, you know.
Well, that's the way that it seems. A man can only live in his dreams. Oh, it seems so hard. I've lived 1,000 times before, and if I'm gonna live 1,000,000 more, it always brings me down, 'cause everyone wants to live forever, that it would be a lot better. And everyone wants to live forever. Whoa. The bullet in my head, it starts heading south, and it starts to blue film shooting out of my mouth. Life gushing all around. Everyone wants to live forever, and no one ever gets it together. And everyone wants to live forever.
Thanks a lot, everybody. This next song, can you tell what you? Well, this one will be mostly dispute. So this next song was a song that was on an EP that we had put out last summer while we were on Lollapalooza, and a lot of people weren't able to get it. It's a song called "Put the Waterbug in the Policeman's Ear," and So we normally never play that unless we're at a record store thing like this or something. And it has a goofy story that goes along with it on the EP that it's on. So for those of you who know the story, I'll tell the bit of the story, and then I'll give you the updated version. It has to do with we're always asked to do these by our record label. We're asked to do these songs for, like, say, a CMJ sampler and things like that. And we always say, of course, we'll do it. And we never get around to doing it till the day they need it. And so we usually just end up throwing stuff together on a little ghetto blaster or the 4-track or something. And on this particular day, we had a sort of a song idea in mind, but we didn't really have any idea of what to do with it. And that morning, my older brother, I have a lot of brothers, but one of my older brothers, his wife, called us up, and she was confused as to what had happened to my brother Marty. He had ended up down at the hospital on apparently some kind of accidental overdose or something that he had done. And as the day unfolded, me and my girlfriend Michelle, we went down to the hospital, and he was in there, of course, passed out. And so as we talked to the police who had brought him down there, the story that they could figure out what had happened is that he had gone to the grocery store intending to do some shopping or whatever, and he likes to do, I'll be blunt, but he likes to do drugs, and that's his own trip. And the drugs that he likes to do a lot are downers that pretty much put him out. And so he went to the store on his favorite downer of the time. I forget what it was. Do you know? Xanax or something? Yeah. But my brother, probably like a lot of people, they just, they'll do drugs and they just go and do their normal everyday things. So he'd gone to the store and bought some groceries and went to his car and put them in his car. And apparently the drugs started to take effect at this point. And then he thought that he had just pulled into the parking lot again. He went back into the store, rebought all the groceries. And by the time he had gotten into the line to pay for the groceries that he was getting, he was pretty much out of it. And he ended up trying to take the stuff to his car or something. He couldn't find his car. And this ended up taking more and more time. And by the time the police found him, he was sort of just laying in the parking lot with his grocery cart full of stuff there. They thought maybe he was an epileptic or, some sort of drug overdose or something. And so they just took him down to the hospital. And that's at the point where we got involved. And apparently his wife was just getting ready to have their first child. This was about a year and a half ago. And since then, everything seems to have worked out better for him. I still think he likes to take drugs, but I don't think he does them when he goes to the grocery store nearly as often. And this song is just kind of a summation in kind of an abstract way of that sort of day. And it's called Put the Waterbug in the Policeman's Ear. And take it away, Stephen.
Watch out for his camera. Attack the policeman. And a part of the story that leads up to the insects attacking the policeman, this is the part of the story we sort of embellish it. And we've always been a fan of that Willard movie where the nerdy guy sits around his house and he makes friends with the rats that invade his apartment there. And whenever anything bad happens to him, calls up all them rats and they go and attack these people. Well, in this particular story, I'm assuming that my brother probably does have a lot of bugs at his house and stuff like that.
And when he gets in this state of mind, I guess, that when he does drugs or whatever, that he's able to call up all these insects, these waterbugs in this particular story, and they attack anybody who's trying to bring him down. Just a little more information.
My brother's at the mall. He gets up off the floor. He contemplates his escape. But a guard waits at the door. And he feels his power soar. And he pulls all his resources. And he calls out the insects he commands, and the waterbugs attack the policeman.
And this is the part of the story where I sort of personally get involved. This is sort of accumulating up to when I get a phone call at my house on a Saturday morning. I'm confused, I don't know what to do. And my brother's down at the hospital trying to find his way home.
Well, he tries to make it home. He stops to use the phone, 'cause he can't remember where the house is. And a cop waits at his car, so he needs his friends once more. And he pulls on his resources.
Now everybody,
And he calls up the insects he commands, and the waterbugs attack the policeman. Yeah, the waterbugs attack the policeman.
thank you very much. Normally, before when we go up to play, I always announce that we're the Flaming Lips and we come from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And as a lot of people know of the events that happened a couple weeks ago in Oklahoma City, everybody who was concerned that something that, had happened to us, just so everybody that was concerned, knowing that I do have a big family, my dad and my brothers and all their friends, they all work downtown. And we were lucky that no one that we knew personally was hurt or killed or anything in the bomb that blew up there. And but as time goes by, there were so many people that were killed, and so many people are affected when something like that happens all at one time. And we've lived in Oklahoma City all our lives, so little by little you get stories of how it touches people little by little. And there's a particularly shitty story that sort of sums up the evilness of what was going on. There's one kind soul that my girlfriend Michelle works for. There was a family that he had been helping to get back on their feet. He has a lot of money, and he was helping them. They were trying to get off welfare. He was sort of housing them and stuff like that. And on this particular day, he had taken them down to the Social Security office, which is, I think on the 3rd floor of the federal building. And just out of the goodness of his heart, he's helping them out. Unfortunately, he took them down there 8:45 that Wednesday morning, and with intentions of picking them up about 11 o'clock. And as everybody knows, at like 9:05 or whenever it happened, they were in the building, and that was the last he had seen of them. So the tragedy seemed to be even worse for something like that, because he had taken them there and dropped them off, and just out of the under the guidance of helping people, you've taken them to their doom. And so this song wasn't particularly written about that incident, but it goes along those same lines. It goes like this. Because, like I said, things that have all, as far as people we're concerned with, worked out good, and it seems like the people who were needing help there seem to be getting plenty of it. And I'm sure, like any city that would happen to, everybody will work through it. And this song, I don't think is related to any of those sort of things, but we'll do it anyway.
made us stand in line. Yeah, well, so if it's sad, well, you still gotta live till you die. Man, everyone's chewing the apple you got in your eye. It's like at the circus when you got lost in the crowd. You're happy but nervous. It's a definite sign that you've lost it. You've lost it. There was a guy in the seat next to mine, watching the girls when the cops made us stand in line. To the record store people for putting all this together and having us here. Thanks. If you come see us tonight, the people at Film Stars and the Archers of Love are also praying with us and do what you can. Thanks, everybody. We run out of it.